Hey guys, I have here this massive giant sketchbook and I've only filled in a couple of pages, and originally I was going to do mostly map drawings, like here's the Perry Reese map with alien stuff, but it's just gonna be the big book of cryptids, paranormal, whatever. Like, it's huge. Look how thick that is. Let's measure it. So it's about 2.5 almost inches. There's a ton of pages. Okay, so looking at it, I have like 320 pages in here to fill up. Like I said, it is massive. I must have been feeling pretty inspired to draw lots. So it's about 11 by 12-ish. And very big pages. The paper quality isn't the best, but we can do lots of sketches in there, and you guys will be here every step of the way. Let's try to fill this sketchbook up, because it is massive. I'm not quite sure how to set it up for recording. This I had to play a little bit with throughout the video. Okay, so we got sort of something figured out. It's cut off a little bit towards the edge here, but that itty bitty little sketchbook, that's what my regular sketchbook looks like. I take all my notes in there. So this cryptid is 10 feet tall. Its head is shaped like a spade, and has like a metal dress. Too far, too far. Where are you? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Why can't I see it? I might not have named it that. Did I name it cryptids? I did. Cryptid references. So this is the anti-gravity project that I found, and there's like a video. I watched maybe 30 seconds of it, not even, so I don't really know fully how this works, but I think it looks pretty cool, and I'm gonna incorporate it into the dress. I'm assuming the hood is more like the spade shape is more of like a hood, not a helmet. Could be, but I don't know how else you would get that shape, because it doesn't totally make sense to me if it was a helmet. Now, the fun part of the sketching is figuring out how everything works together. How does the hood attach to the body? How does the weird metal dress attach to the body? It's important to always practice your ellipses. What if it's some weird ball gown? I wish that was specified. My coils aren't coiling the way coils should coil, and I had to kind of figure this one out. I had to rely on what I know about coils, which was next to nothing, and I probably should have looked at the reference more. So I guess there was another sighting of this Flatwoods Monster, and it had like a reptilian bony head. Doodle those claws in. The sketching phase and thumbnailing stage, pretty fun. It allows you to work it. Getting back to the hood idea. Shape it like a robot, add some tubes maybe, make it look like something. What if the dress makes it like a hover system, like an anti-gravity hover, one person space shuttle ship, whichever it is. Everything I tried also, like from the beginning sketches, they just kind of looked short, and the thing's supposed to be like 10 feet tall. So I'm just lengthening that to try and get the look of height. Gotta figure out where those arms are gonna go. Not overly easy. They kind of, I don't know. That says they twist down and are claw-like, so are they long? Do they extend? Do they appear reptilian, natural? I don't know. It's a little strange. And when you're stuck, it's time to dig for some more references. At this point, I'm still thinking this is like a metal tube thing that you stand in that works as a vehicle. The creature might not be 10 feet tall itself, but the suit to be on Earth might be huge. So the creature glides, and I want it to come across in like an odd sort of way, like a witch. And so there's my horizon line, and that's kind of how I think I would have it glide, just kind of off kilter, give it kind of an odd sense of eeriness. and it's got like nuclear cloud coming out of it. I really like the nuclear cloud. It says there's like a noxious gas that surrounds this creature. So far, this third sketch is really what I like. It's a little bit more dynamic now. We got some shapes going. When I was drawing this and trying to like figure out exactly what I was trying to say, I had to look this up. But you know those little metal extender thingies? They're actually the telescoping tools with a magnet at the end. I kind of picture this creature to have an arm like that could maybe extend. I'm still thinking robots at this point. And here we are, still working on my setup for how I'm going to record these. This sketchbook really is just big and awkward. So here it is, that's my sketch. That's what we're gonna do for our cleanup sketch. And it's going to look super awesome. I'm still struggling with how we're going to attach the head and the arms though. So let's work out those kinks real quick. Don't forget to practice your ellipses. They always, always, always come in handy with whatever it is you're drawing. You know, I'm really sad I didn't draw in my finished sketch the nuclear cloud, and I totally forgot, because that would have been cool, and the noxious gas, but I don't quite know how I would do that, but I might actually revisit, because this is on terrible paper. I would love to do a nice cleaned up sketch of this with some actual paper meant for those Ohuhu markers or alcohol markers, mixed media in general. I'm not sure which of these two positions I like the most. The other one looks quite a bit taller, but I think we're going with that top one there. I like the angle of the anti-gravity coil thingamajinger. And it's ellipsy time again. Keep on going. Really does make it easier to figure out the angles. Like, I even got that angle wrong, but I don't have to rework all of it because I just need my ellipsy to be a bit wider. Ew, I broke my pencil. It happens. Gonna repeat that shape from the bottom with the coils to the top there, so I'm thinking they probably kind of work together. Maybe they spin in opposite directions, which makes it so the dress or whatever it is hovers. And keeping up with the robot kind of look, we're gonna add rivets to the dress, or all over actually. It took all these sketches to still not know how my hood is going to look and how I'm going to attach the arms. Best thing to do is just dive right back into it and sort it out as you go. The roundness is not matching, and I think mostly because it's meant to be an unfriendly monster. Putting like these ball joints in looked kind of dumb, and then I remembered the shape language, and if it's a spade, it's got a point, so the shoulder points finally came to me, and it was great, and I love how it looked. That is the way it should turn out. Once I had the shoulders figured out, that was exactly what I needed to figure out where to put the actual arms. Not how long the arms were going to be and what position they would be in, but that was totally the shape. And then I got sidetracked and started on these eyes, which, you know, they can't exactly be round either. That didn't match. And so I gave them a point, and just to get an idea, it's just sketched in there. You can erase it, redo it as many times as you want. It's so funny when you're sketching, you get over like one hurdle and then another one comes at you real quick. So then I couldn't figure out how to attach the head to the body, and then I couldn't figure out how the hood was supposed to attach. I couldn't figure out how to attach the arms, and then it was the position of the arms and the claws and how to make it look unfriendly, but maybe waving hi too. You never know, like they might have waved and they're not really friendly, but they still waved, just to let you know, like, you know, this is what you're messing with if you choose to get any closer, and it'll hiss at you, because for some reason this thing hisses. I wonder if the hissing would be maybe like a gas release. Not gas release, air release. Like big trucks, those big semi trucks when they park or they stop and all you hear is psh, and all the air comes rushing out. That's kind of the sound I'm thinking. If this thing hisses, that's probably... I'm thinking very mechanical on this one. My paper was really not enjoying the redrawing and the erasing, so I had to kind of wrap up the arm as quick as I possibly could and just be happy with how that turned out. Which wasn't bad, but I would have liked to play around with it a little bit more. Now it's time to draw the glowing orange eyes. You look so happy. There we go, back to evil. And now it's time to decide on my colors. And look at how bright these are. They're fluorescent orange and fluorescent red, I believe. Which was perfect, and it's like the only color that this thing had in my mind. So it really helps make it stand out. So let's start with the eyes. And I think they would be brightest on the middle, like inside. And then fade out into like a bit of a glow. I don't really know how to mimic the glow. That will be some practice. Now it's time to figure out how to do this glowing, since, especially on this paper, it kind of bled a lot. Or blew out, like it didn't, like the alcohol did not stay in the lines very well. It kind of bled into each other a little too much, but that's okay. It's still turning out fine. And gonna pick up just a little bit of that pencil dust, make it a bit lighter so it's easier and not as transparent when you go to color it in. I got my nice light gray marker trying to gather the highlights of this metal outfit. When it comes to lighting, references are key. I didn't pick any, so I was kind of lost on the whole thing, so my lighting's a bit off, but it's kind of from the front, I think. Plus, if you start light, you can always darken it up after. It's a little bit harder to lighten up the dark areas. It can be done though, as long as you got some maybe acrylic paint, white paint. Usually you can go over that again. Adding in my dark gray now, where it all starts coming together. I tried speeding this up a little bit while drawing, the video, and it doesn't let me go that fast because it's CapCut and I'm using a free version. But look at it, it's all starting to come together. Looking nice. Now we got everything filled in. That's the best part. Time to add in some line art, make it look all clean and professional. Make it so you know what you're looking at. Clean up those lines. That's my sharpening tool when I'm sketching. More practice on those ellipses, even though they're not like fully round, but that would have really helped this process, giving it more of a 3D kind of look instead of looking flat, which it currently looks a little bit flat, but that is okay. And now my coils are coiling. They actually look okay. I'm not mad at it. I really wish I could actually draw that fast in real life. So awesome. And I just loved doing the line art. So if I could do it at warp speed, that would really be cool. Ooh, that's looking good. Let's put the rivets in. I got this little Jelly Roll white gel pen thingy that I always have to make sure it works. I've had so many that just kind of crap out on me. But this one works, and it's so much fun to use this. Add in those highlights, make everything really bright. And it's definitely great. Really made those eyes pop. I can make the metal pop too. Add in those shiny bits. Make it look really hard, tough, shiny surface looking. And those Posca markers. Those are great. I don't know if you've used them, but they're wonderful. So if this is the kind of art stuff you like, definitely invest in a few Poscas. I noticed with that little Jelly Roll pen, it sometimes takes a little while for the real brightness to kind of show. It's like it dries brighter than when you first put it down. So before going over it again, kind of give it a few seconds to dry. Gonna add a little bit more shine to the ridges where I assume the ridges are on this metal suit, just to make it look like it's picking up the light. Coming to the end of the sketch, you can kind of push your values a little bit more, make it more contrast, and that's where a thicker paper would have really helped in this situation. Best part of the sketchbook, if it doesn't line up, you can just fudge it and it still won't line up. But that's okay, because it's a sketchbook. It's not a full picture. You can see me thinking, now that I've messed it up, I have no room to go. Even after learning that lesson, I still made that same mistake again. It's evil and cute looking all at the same time. I won this round. I hope you enjoyed sketching with me on this Flatwoods Monster and the process. I don't know if you sketched one too, but that would have been totally awesome if you did. If not, I hope this inspired you as well to grab your sketchbook that you probably only have halfway filled, because I know I do, and it encouraged you to put in just a few more drawings. Thanks, you guys. Have a wonderful day.